But you know what? I'm glad you touched on something because I think one of the things that a lot of people aren't aware of is the historical context of the 71-72 Thornridge Falcons basketball team. Now, I know that you got some connection and some affiliation. Can you talk to our online community about what that team was like and what was it like to be around that team and in the same school with them?
Let me tell you, Stan, I was on the sophomore team when they were seniors. And so we traveled with them.
Okay.
And I've done a lot with basketball in my career. I've had my own great teams. I've coached my own great players. But being around Thornridge in 1972 was my greatest experience as a basketball player or as a coach. They were so good, and their aura was so big. Well, first of all, as a sophomore, I started on the sophomore team. We were conference champions that year. Every game that we played, we would come out on the floor in the crip line to start the game. For pregame warm-ups, it would be standing room only as sophomores.
Wow.
Hey, man, listen. I was scared as hell. You hear me? I mean, we come out in the crib line, because Quinn and them had won it in 71 as juniors.
Okay.
And they were back to win it again in 72. So every place we went was sold out, home and away. So as a sophomore, I played in front of packed houses as a sophomore. And I mean, I tell you what, they were so good that after the first quarter, they would be up 34-2, 36-4. And Mr. Ferguson would just call off the press because he wasn't trying to embarrass anybody. And to show you how good they were, how potent they were, they scored 104 points, either 104 or 106 points in the state championship game against Quincy. It was crazy.
Man. So it was rocking and rolling good times back then, huh?
Stan, high school basketball back then was entirely different than it is now. Every game was sold out, standing room only. I mean, you had to get there at the sophomore game to get a seat. And I don't know if it just mean at Thornridge, at Thornton, Bloom, HF, all around the south suburbs. All the games were packed. I mean, it was a cultural phenomenon.
Oh man, okay.
But it was. It really was how big time high school basketball was back then.
Well, it's interesting because, I've been blessed, to still be able to play basketball. And I played pro fantasy camps around the country. And I've had a chance to have conversations with a lot of great coaches, a lot of great players.
You said you played pro basketball?
No, professional, these pro camps. They're called pro camps. So it's a lot of ex-college players, a lot of ex-athletes. We have entertainment celebrities, but we have coaches from all levels, like Brad Stevens, PJ Carlissimo, Mark Fratello. But nonetheless, whenever I had these conversations with coaches and they say, where are you from? I tell them from Chicago area. And I went to Thornridge. The first thing I did out of their mouths is, oh, wow, Thornridge, 71-72, Quinn Buckner. Yeah. I don't care, where I'm at in the country, who I'm talking to. Older coaches, older players know that's the first thing that comes out of my mouth. So to your point, the validation of that, I mean, it's not just Illinois legendary status. You're talking about on a national level, the recognition of that Thornridge team.
Yes. Quinn and I used to hang out some.
Okay.
And he was boy wonder, Stan. That dude, man, I remember seeing Bobby Knight and Johnny Wooten coming over to his house, and I mean, back then to see guys of that magnitude coming over your next door neighbor's house. Yeah. I mean, it was overwhelming.